is where Carrigan, at the helm of FaZe, experienced the greatest anguish of his career. For history to be made tonight, maybe history has to be broken. The final map is Inferno, just like it was all those years ago. Is it heartbreak again? Or do FaZe rewrite that story right now?
Pressure makes legends, and only one team can be that. NAVI writing a new chapter, a new book. FaZe trying to right wrongs. And Carrigan, the king of Copenhagen, at the helm of it all, versus an Alexi B, who has finally led an international team, not just to major playoffs, but to the grand final. Inferno is bound to be epic.
Always used to make for a great decider. And so let's see if that holds true here and now. Robs starting things off over in the boiler. And it looks like the rest of FaZe Clan want to come around and join him. NAVI lie in wait with only 2 players to defend this side of the map. Ema and Bit, they've got their work cut out for them. Pressure towards the powers. They'll deal with Robs early. They flush him out from balcony. The apartments are clear, but rent is due. FaZe are moving in. Tap on a Bit. And that stems the bleeding. That stops the aggression. That allows a bomb plant here for FaZe Clan. They know how important this early game is. And so they want to try and take space away. They're going to pressure Ema, but he will not go down without a fight. Bit takes up his position. FaZe Clan still searching, still hunting, but that might hurt them in the long run. Bit has the chance right there, and with Brokey dead, it's just the captain, it's just Carrigan, alone in the pit, no one by his side. And so NAVI, they're the ones to get off to a good start now.
That is not an easy round for NAVI, even with a 5v4. They may have FaZe surrounded, but we talk about how hard these retakes are, how easy these post plants can feel. FaZe feel uncomfortable. They're shaking in their skin, just trying to hunt down NAVI, who hold off for the right amount of time. A huge pistol. FaZe come through. There was never a doubt. Galil's on 4, but NAVI want to keep them honest in middle. Deep smoke, deep Molotov, denial of space, and a denial of vision for Ema. He gets flashed out. Frozen comes hounding down.
Frozen in the smoke. But spammed out by Alexi. He'll go no further. They waited over in middle, waited for this smoke to fade, and now they try to play their hand through it, and it's fast up in the top mid. Explosive, but into the crossfire. Wonderful. Will hold the fort down. And he buys enough time for JL to come in and finish what he started.
Oh, motor mouth for Alexi. Rapid calls as well, making sure his team are lit up and awake for this final map. They were gone, disappeared in Mirage, but an opportunity presented for NAVI to start strong on the final map of play. Months in preparation. And this major's culmination in the next hour or so.
It's the exact start NAVI wanted. Now, while we give FaZe all that respect for how convincingly they showed up on Mirage, it felt like NAVI had just flown too close to the sun. They thought they had this one in the bag. But a little time in between games, a chance to talk to one another and really talk, and then you come in here, you win the pistol, you convert that second round this time, a feat you weren't able to accomplish back on Mirage.
It can be forgotten. Write it off. This is a BO1 right now, with the world on their shoulders, with everything to play for. Legacy. Are NAVI truly born to win? Alexi spraying, they come gunning through. The pistols are making this round tense.
JL, all that stands between them in this site. JL, he'll lock them out of it, buying time. NAVI have got everyone here now. And just like that, FaZe Clan have to look for other options, other avenues. Greener pastures here as they run it back through mid. Fast on the rotate.
dear.
Here's Ima.
He can't stop this, surely.
Can't catch him on the cross, but he will find Rain, and now it's just Brokey. A Deagle and a bomb plant, that's all he's got to work with. NAVI are the ones on the clock, but it's Brokey feeling all the pressure, swinging it with the Deag, and with these shots missing, that window is closing, that gap is closing. Brokey can't find a thing, 7 bullets, and he won't convert the kill. It's all JL to keep this round in check.
Thin margins right now, but NAVI are ticking all the boxes. One more bullet in that MP9, that would be the way in. Denied at the door again. A strong start for NAVI, but we haven't seen FaZe come through with a full buy. This will be it. Wonderful early on the AWP. We've been waiting for him to have his moment in this series. It certainly wasn't Mirage. This isn't his first rodeo. Well, you've got a team of NAVI players who have barely played 10 big tier 1 lands, with the exception of Alexi and Bit. Wonderful, no stranger to a major stage. We saw him in Spirit, 1.2 rating, getting into those playoffs. We know what he can do, and now NAVI need him to show it.
Oh, nades downrange, and Frozen is found. Dealt with early. A star from both maps for FaZe Clan fizzles out of existence here in their first rifle round. And Ima, quick as he arrives over towards B, he's ready over at long. Carrigan sent and Bit in alongside him. The A site is closed, and FaZe, they will get that memo. So here they go into just one man, JL. And a 1v2 that decides do FaZe have anything to play for in this round. Alexi
Molotov
beginning that rotate, and the molly's going to be there in time. Time is the one resource that FaZe Clan do not have. He doesn't elect to throw it. It comes in too late. They're already past this. Bomb dropped. JL into the back of the site. This Bastion that just refuses to give up ground will get run down. So now it's Rops. Has to go where no one's gone before. 1v5 at the B site, and tap on the bomb, but not given the fights. Wonderful. Will walk that one home. The composure from NAVI. This is a different team to the one we saw on Mirage.
Absolutely. Got to give it to this roster for resetting in that way. Sure, first map looked fantastic. We didn't doubt FaZe to show up in the second. But the fashion that they did, the threat posed to NAVI, and still they do not shrink under the lights on the stage. In the highest pressure game of their careers, they rise to the occasion. 4-0 now on CT side. Do those doubts come creeping in? NAVI going where some of these individuals have never gone before, all the way.
I think it comes off of an incredibly one-sided map as well. The resilience to believe you still got this one, and to come back into the third in outstanding form. JL is the one leading the charge. Almost 170 ADR. So FaZe slow it right down. They haven't liked the pace of these last few rounds. NAVI anxiously await them. Roki's flash starts to tee up the aggression up through Banana, but another smoke down. Thus far, FaZe have respected every single one of them. So that won't change anytime soon. But look at this mid-round re-aggro out of NAVI. grouping in top mid. They're trying to take real estate back, and they spot the top middle is clear. They've given Alexi all he needs to work with in this round to piece it together.
It would have to be a Carrigan classic with the late rotate, because right now it looks destined to be this B-bomb site. Alexi wants to force this. He wants to catch them sleeping at the wheel. Flash blinds him. Do they see? No! They find out the hard way. A TK comes through. JL atop the boxes, and FaZe fall. They crumble. 20 seconds, nothing to show for it. Carrigan may find the gap, but there's no bomb, there's no chance. It's all NAVI. This is monumental. FaZe cannot get a grip. 2 timeouts after 5 rounds.
They're feeling the pressure, they're feeling the burn. Alexi's got them right where he wants them. And we're finally getting that form out of JL again, that terrifying form. The best form he's ever displayed, shining through in the NAVI jersey. 9-1 to start this game. This could be a career-defining performance if JL can keep this up.
This could be an MVP locked in for JL. He has been the outlier for NAVI. He has been a rock in this competition. Going from a middling man in Apex back at Paris, sure, they make a run, but he wasn't the star. He wasn't the outlier. Right now, he's writing a new chapter. FaZe. Back to basics. This banana position so difficult to break through. But FaZe have not lost this map in this year. They've played it 4 times. They have the depth, they have the belief. Do they have a chance? NAVI are giving them no way in. Alexi retreats to grab more utility back in the spawn. FaZe finally flashed through that smoke at the minute mark. But NAVI don't let them in for free.
They're already ahead of the Molotov. They played right through it, and so Alexi's got to be gun on. Straight shooter, first kill found. It's Carrigan as the IGLs clash. Alexi's got to have even more, getting run at by the pistols. He won't stand the test of time.
This is huge.
Bomb plant found. Hell of a spam out a bit. What a great time for it. That tips the scales back in Navi's favor, even though they're the ones playing catch up. Another spam. Bit, what is this form? He doesn't even see them. And now they run in. Rops is shut down. It's all Bit, baby.
He bites back. And once again, he looks for vengeance against FaZe in a final.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he is that legacy NAVI player. He is the one still standing from when NAVI last lifted a major trophy, and he's the one with a score to settle versus FaZe Clan.
And it was a close game last time. They lost Inferno to FaZe, but they lost it in OT. Right now, FaZe have barely broken through. A couple of chances, a bomb plant here and there. But NAVI are not giving them peace of mind that they can be competitive in this grand final. Was Mirage just a smudge for NAVI? Because they're seeing far more clearly now. Oh, the cracks are showing.
That pressure is certainly building for FaZe.
Great setup as well. Wonderful, not been needed on this A site. Now's the time. Got Ima with a lot to do as well. Bit will be that first point man. The Rops goes in, it's a 50-50, he rolls wrong.
Now Bit posted, they try to run him down through the molly, but by his side and Bit in this form. He has not forgot Antwerp. He has not forget the last time that these two teams matched up. in a major grand final. Bit wants revenge, and he wants it swiftly.
You give him an AK, he'll give you a major trophy. He'll give you a reason to regret it. FaZe, faceless in this final map.
And the thing that's so wild is after Navi's run through that elimination stage, Bit was not the man you thought you would look to in this grand final to be the difference maker.
He's making more than a difference. He is making this a nightmare for FaZe Clan. More aggression. JL hasn't exactly been sleeping towards his B site. Good grenades in this round. Look at the brutality down Banana. 2 players on their last legs. JL feels free to play solo and reinforce what has already been a rock-solid A site. FaZe haven't been in an A post plant since the pistol. They've had nothing to fall back on. And still at the minute mark, Wonderful holds mid. Full bracket info. That should free up Alexi. He will be required eventually. Re-smoke, good time. JL bides at the back of the coffins, looking to put him in boxes.
They're going to come through this smoke. They're going to try and play with some confidence here at FaZe. And that will get them control over the site, but JL spamming away is still a threat here. And Rain learns that the hard way. Anymore?
Oh dear.
JL on the spam.
They're so low.
Everyone is injured. Everyone is wounded. Rop's the only man with HP. NAVI poised for a retake. They want to keep this scoreline flawless. Alexi rounding the corner. The rest of the team in behind him. Imma locked in a separate fight at Banana, one that has yet to come through. It's Brokey to open. They deal with Imma on the flank, but it's only Frozen left standing. 1 kill from him. Any more? Frozen has got to be the guy. Got to be the one.
Oh! They waited 2 years and he came through right at the right time. Frozen is having an unbelievable final and FaZe need to propel off of that clutch. It doesn't get closer than that. 5 points the difference, 1v3.
NAVI lose 1 round and the timeout is immediate. That felt like a bit of a misstep. They knew about that last player over towards Banana, and yet the first man in was not checking for it. So this is that one chance now to keep your boot firmly pressed against FaZe and don't let them build back into this.
I mean, they win, but at what cost, right? They get out with Galils. FaZe have no money to show after this streak of rounds for NAVI. They cannot get comfortable, not yet. Again, blistering pace, back up Banana. Wanting vengeance once more, but there are 3 players in this bomb site right now.
Oh, awkward for JL, but he will get flashed in, and as they fall away, it's Imma to spam Carrigan out of the round. 0-9.
How many smoke spams have we seen in this game? I mean, we see Inferno played at the highest level, and it is so punishing. FaZe cannot get anything for free. It comes at the cost of health or time. They're going to explode again.
Through the molly, through the smokes. FaZe always playing through the util. They deal with Alexi. JL back of the site. Had a great start to the game, but he's got to do a lot here, does JL. They're pressuring him onto the USP. Got to try and do it with the side up.
What?
They just can't deal with him, but eventually Rain will. 2v3 in the retake.
Oh! Oh dear.
The threat comes from within.
Who can be trusted? Take a deep breath now. That may be FaZe's fate set up in this 3rd map.
Still a ways ways to go, but it's certainly not a bad way to start. I think it's clear that they've got NAVI feeling a little bit of pressure, considering this was a 7-0 start. You wouldn't imagine that pressure build-up is so soon, but it was wonderful. First man in to that 1v3 that gets given over to Frozen.
The hardest round is the last round, closing the game. That's the difficult part. It's one thing to start 7-0, but stopping a comeback, a very different reality. Hey, FaZe know exactly how hard that final round can be. If I say 15-9, you know what I mean. Oh. 15-11.
And that was a 2v3 that NAVI looked interested in as well. Yeah. They wanted to try and keep punishing FaZe. They wanted to do anything to stop them chaining rounds together. If you catch FaZe sleeping, you're in the golden spot, but it's a team that can build back very, very quickly. You don't want a 1v3 and a TK to be the defining outcome, the turning point for FaZe. And so this round, JL throws himself into the fight, straight down Banana. He's opened this up for NAVI.
Make good with what you got, right? Limited weapons, limited util to buy this time for NAVI on CT. So JL just throws himself in. It forces FaZe reaction on the other side of the map. Concessions made, but options opened on A. For how long is the question? That fourth rotate is here. JL committed. And FaZe's solution, an apt one in these last two rounds, has been to play ahead of the util, explode through the smoke, catch NAVI on different timings. And while it's been effective back-to-back, now they've got to beat back the AWP.
Let's see if Wonderful is feeling that pressure. Holding the line, he opens with the first. Carrigan churned up at the first light of that AWP. They try to find it over towards Long, and in doing so, they run up into Alexi. NAVI look to put those last two rounds behind them here and now, and it's just Brokey, now Rops, that stands between them and that goal. Straight away, NAVI are back into it. A lost clutch, an awkward retake, and they leave that behind them. Back to their winning ways now.
And FaZe have dealt with a lot of difficult games, difficult playoff matches, grand finals, but this would be a comeback unlike any other. NAVI in full control of the CT side, even with blunders being made. Almost nothing comes for free. Carrigan killless still. Rops his quietest major yet. And Rain not feeling like an MVP anymore. It's only been Frozen saving this one for FaZe. The new boy on the block. But they need to go deeper than that.
Carrigan over towards Long, first man in, first man to fall. Rain will reply. That's a foothold taken over on the long side. Wonderful tries to react with this AWP. Hasn't had to do much yet on this CT side. He's been good for the kills whenever they're available, and that's another example of this. Rops offered up. Wonderful's not content with just the first. Brokey waits around this corner. Wonderful. Oh, and so finally he has his round. JL mopping up Banana. And NAVI are building all over again. Wonderful. Spots that final player, and even then doesn't take the risk. Rain is a dead man walking as NAVI surge through this third and final map.
And how long did we wait to see if Wonderful is the real deal? A title taker, a Titan toppler. He was left to wither in Sprout, but now up on the big stages, unfazed by the pressure. In this final bout for glory, for legacy, only one death in this entire map. A monstrous appearance against G2. Wonderful is the real deal right now. Can FaZe break through yet again? A glimmer at the end of their T side. Another smoke to appear through. Navi's util has been near perfect this entire game.
I mean, their read over what FaZe are doing here has been stellar. For that, you've got to credit Alexi, but even the kind of individual moments, those micro moments, they've all come through for NAVI. And so a desperate play up through A. Wonderful will get traded, but Bit still stands. And Bit doesn't want to let them in for free. He's now the only hope up in the apartments. But at 16-4, having his best game of the major right now. In the grand final, in the third map, Bit still has more to give, still has more to say. Frozen quakes in his boots as the end is nigh, and Bit is the one looking to deliver it. Rain in the pit, and a lot of time ticked off this bomb. Rain can't secure, but Brokey will. Just about 3. Heading into the second half, the last half to be played up on this stage. It's not a lot of ground to cover. A huge challenge, an insurmountable challenge stands before FaZe, and for NAVI, they are in top form right now.
Every single player playing at their peak, it feels. We have Parasema, we have JL a step above, and we have the behemoth Bit. Making life difficult for FaZe. 3 rounds, it's enough. It's just enough. But FaZe need to muster everything they've got. Their captain killless at halftime.
And even that is terrifying, right? You want Carrigan in top form to feel comfortable, to make the calls to recover this game. And for him, this is like deja vu.
He's got to trust
on
a
nightmare.
He's got to trust on his team now. He's got to rely on the firepower, the star power of FaZe. Exactly what this roster is and always has been. Some of the best shooters in the game. And they can't make a mistake. NAVI frothing at the mouth, but Alexi holds them back. Make sure you just win this pistol, and that trophy might be yours.
NAVI are flowing. The read over the game has been stellar. Even in this round, they were about to walk into the 3-man B-stack in the pistol, and they decide last minute to up and leave, moving back over to an under-defended A site. It's Rain and it's Rops to try hold back the coming tide of NAVI. Rops pressured, Rops dealt with, and Rain finished off as well. The site cracked wide open.
There is no respite for FaZe. No pistol to give them a freebie to elevate this number. No, it gets worse. NAVI, you have to throw yourself through here. 10 rounds is right around the corner. Can NAVI squeeze those shots out? Glock's on a crossfire, some whiff bullets, but JL recovers, and he looks to close. 2 more kills, and Wonderful is there. As NAVI know, this is inevitable. It has to be. Alexi tried for so long, so many international rosters. It was 5 years ago we saw him in a major grand final with a full Finnish team, but ever since unsuccessful. And not only did he take down his former roster in G2 in that semi-final, now he's taking down the big dog of Counter-Strike to secure a major victory.
And there's so little standing in their way. And Alexi can feel that. NAVI can feel that. They know that they've got FaZe quaking in their boots. And with each round, each kill, they're moving closer to Counter-Strike's holy grail. Once more, the A site crumbles. NAVI are up to the task after getting destroyed on their map pick a Mirage. Better teams, more experienced squads would have crumbled here. But NAVI have doubled down. They earned their spot in this grand final. They weren't about to let it slide away from them. They doubled down heading into a third map, and everyone comes alive. FaZe are left with one shot, one stab in the dark to try and stop being swallowed up whole by NAVI.
And we saw at Katowice just how devastated Karrigan could be. That 0-3 to Spirit in a grand final. FaZe couldn't even get their foot in the door, and the entire roster looked destroyed. But this one may hurt more. So close, but maybe too far a task for FaZe Clan. On home soil, on their third time in the Royal Arena, in a grand final, and all they have to show is silver. That would be devastating. And this final timeout, this final chat to legendary player, now coach Neo, has got to inspire something.
I mean, they're very aware of where they're at, just how dire this is. They would be playing for overtime otherwise, so they've thrown all their money on the line here and now.
Wow.
This round decides the outcome of this game. Karrigan at 0-13. Maybe a new darkest hour upon him in the third and final map.
The king getting dethroned in front of his nobleman. NAVI in no hurry. A full spread default. Maps take. Banana theirs. And at so little cost. FaZe have to hold on to what they got. It is not a lot. Molly ready at the B bomb site. Smoke must go. Ooh. NAVI chomping at the bit. The guillotine is out. They are on for his head. Karrigan blocks him for a moment.
Small sigh of relief for FaZe as they do stop what was looking to be a B explode from NAVI, but Alexi left options open here, even in his absence. The backup plan still looks to come through for NAVI as they work their way up long. Bit has been unstoppable, and so there's no slowing him down now. He wants that second major trophy in his cabinet, and he's looking to take NAVI there to the promised land. Bit chains together another, and as Karrigan moves in, no kill yet, will finally deal with Bit, but can't follow through. This might be a foregone conclusion. FaZe risked everything on this buy. Frozen has been the guy across all three maps to shine bright for FaZe, but he's been spotted. No element of surprise. JL and Wonderful, they will close this. FaZe broken and NAVI elated. As 5 kills is all that stands between NAVI and a major title.
Almost the last team you would expect to take it when you saw that stacked bracket. We had the 7 best teams on the planet. And NAVI block out the outside world. They eclipse Eternal Fire. They murder G2. And now FaZe, their final foe.
And to do it in this fashion, it's not even been a competitive third map. This is a brutalization of a world-class roster before your very eyes.
To recover from Mirage in the way they did, the way they died, that felt like the series had started for FaZe. But the reality is so much grimmer. And NAVI tiptoe their way to a trophy at the first Counter-Strike 2 major.
Lexi couldn't do it with his Finnish brethren, but entrusted with NAVI's first ever international venture. He looks to take home the gold. And he wants FaZe to feel that. He knows they're under all the pressure. A slow round with a big ending. Victory is right there for NAVI, and all that's left to do is reach out and grab it. Ema opens, Bit responds, and NAVI with each kill, with each second, they can feel that they are on their way to the crowning achievement of Counter-Strike. In the city of spires, a new kingdom looks to arise. NAVI, 1 kill away! And they know it now. They all know it now. The best moment of the rest of their lives is about to come through. And there's the killing blow! NAVI's highest height in years, and the gamble of taking breakout players from Paris and molding them in their image pays off.
Vindication for one of Counter-Strike's brightest minds.